Hey everybody, welcome back. David Eon and the stunning Miss Lady Pop Hunter here with another fading nostalgia discussion. Fading nostalgia discover our infamous discussions. Well, maybe not, but we've been around for a minute. We notice things, and this is one of the things that we stumbled over and sharing it with the people on the channel. And this was triggered by a visit to McDonald's. Okay, basically. Because we rarely go to some place like that. Yeah. But we have a thing that we do every once in a while where it's like, let's go to McDonald's and we get a couple of the teas. We're in the South, so you get the sweet tea, right?
It's not $1 anymore.
No, it's not $1 anymore.
It used to be $1 for the big one.
Yeah, now it's...
like $4.
It feels like it. But you get a couple of the sweet teas and large fries and just sit there and chat and hang out for a minute, And we went to the McDonald's and it was miserable. It was a miserable experience because of how sterile the place was. It was like being in a subway terminal. I grew up in Boston. And when you're waiting for the train and you're down in the subway, that's what it felt like. It was just, everything was gray and there was tiles and there's no pictures and all this, the stainless steel furniture and everything that they had. And then it's completely depersonalized because it's all kiosks. And then when she goes to the register anyways, and the guy was like, well, they've shut off the card readers, so you have to use the kiosk if you're paying with cash. I can help you, but otherwise they're making you have to use the kiosk. And it's like, okay, great, we got to use the kiosk. And then you got to get the the thing that you put on the table, and it's got a sensor in it now. And it just felt like such a sterile, bland environment in comparison to what we grew up with. And it makes me wonder, what's the point? Because even though it was child-oriented when we grew up, when you had all the McDonald land stuff there, even as an adult, you could appreciate the atmosphere. And when you were a kid going there, and then you grew up and you wanted to go back because you remember it from when you were a kid, there was that nostalgia was there. There's nothing nostalgic there now. The food's not that great.
It never was.
It never has been that great. But there was an atmosphere. Again, even if it was directed at children. And they changed it because in the 90s they were trying to compete with Starbucks. And that's when they got the McCafe.
The McCafe came out in the 2000s.
Well, whenever the hell they did it. When they started making the copper roofs and put up the McCafe and all that.
And it had all the different coffees and a frappe or whatever that mess is. Iced coffee.
Terrible
and stuff.
coffee.
But I don't know. I never had the coffee.
They were
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Trying to compete with Starbucks when they did that. But at least it was still some semblance of an atmosphere. I even remember they put like a fake fireplace in some of them and stuff. You remember that?
No, because
you never saw that?
I don't.
It was
I
a
don't
gas
really
fireplace.
go. Yeah, I have seen that in a few. That's right. I have seen that.
They did that, and looking at that and just saying, "Wow, it just sucks in here now." There's no appeal. Nothing to cling to, no nostalgia.
They don't want you sitting in there all day. They want you to get your food and get out.
But what really set me off was when we were there, we weren't the only ones talking about that. Because when I was going up to get the refill, there was a bunch of guys. They were all wearing suits. It was Sunday. I assume they were coming from church or something. But sitting there talking about the prizes. They had the Happy Meal things set up. And looking at it, and he was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Do you remember when they had actual toys here for the Happy Meals?" And I'm listening to them talk, and I'm like, God, that's a problem when you have more than one group of people.
And they were
in the
young.
Yeah, they weren't that old.
Yeah, they were in their 20s.
More than one group of people in the same restaurant at the same time, sitting there talking about how much it sucks now.
Yeah.
And it's not just McDonald's. It's all of these so-called family-friendly restaurants. There's no hook. There's no atmosphere. They all look the same. They're all sterile. And it's like, that's that atmosphere, because again, the food's not that great.
It's never
been that great.
But you notice it a lot, because watching the commercials, because we watch a lot of the old commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And when we put up videos, we try to add commercials. And sometimes you'll see the old commercials, and you get that sense of what it used to be. Like when you watch the Taco Bell, the Wendy's, the KFC, the Burger Kings, the McDonald's commercials, stuff like that. And now all of the buildings have changed. You can't tell one building from the other. And it used to be, you could tell by the shape of the building what it was.
Yeah.
You know, Wendy's had a shape, McDonald's had a shape, Burger King had a shape. Now they all just look like an old service station.
They had this like modernized look, but they're all very similar. And if it wasn't for the signage, you might not know what it is.
And they even changed the sign. Yeah. The signs are different now. And I saw something on, I think it was Facebook, and they showed the McDonald's signs through the years and how it's changed, like for every decade. I guess they changed the signs. And they showed that, and I'm like, wow. And they asked, what decade are you? Yeah. Based on the sign.
Yeah. Which one applies to you?
Yeah. And I remember working at McDonald's, and I don't know, it was still that family feel, because you saw a lot of families in there. We still had the playland, and we made the Happy Meal, because by the time I got to McDonald's, the Happy Meals were in bags. They weren't in boxes anymore. So that's the only thing that had changed by the time I started working there. But I don't know. It's all garbage now.
Another big one for a lot of people is the Pizza Hut. Yeah. Because that's gotten really drastic, because people have a lot of memories of, I don't, because there wasn't a Pizza Hut near me, but I know a lot of people have talked about that, and I've seen the images of it, where it's all booths, and they have that like kind of stained glass looking like almost a pool table kind of light hanging over it, and you could get your food, sit down. There was music. They had arcade games, things like that. And now Pizza Hut is, it's just somewhere you go to pick up a pizza.
Yeah, they blocked off. A lot of them have blocked off the dining room area. Yeah. It's only a few that still got the dining room. I know around here, I know where one is, and that's because they have lunch, the lunch buffet.
And that's rare too anymore.
But yeah, they got rid of that. But even the restaurants, you used to go, you got the child menu, you used to get the coloring books, the crayons, and all of that stuff. And now I don't even think they offer that stuff anymore.
I have no idea.
Because, the kids don't want that anyway. All they want to do is sit and stare at their phones. So. Yeah,
and if you the parents take their phone away, they sit there and pout. Little brat. But there's nothing there to cling to, and that's part of the reason why we started doing the Fading Nostalgia discussions in the first place, is because it seems like we're getting to be the last generation that has anything to even look back on. What are these kids coming up now? What are they gonna cling to? What are they gonna have for their childhood memories coming up? Drudging back and forth to school. A handful of memes.
You can't even remember the memes.
I know.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. It's like,
what have they got?
Memes come and go so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they can remember their times making TikTok videos and posts that was made on Instagram. Who knows? I don't know.
What are they going to have for the nostalgia? Just blanketing it. The music's not that great anymore. The TV shows aren't that great. The movies, it's all a mess. But
you know what I always wondered, like, if you go listen to the radio, well, they have stations, the 80s stations, you got 70s, 80s, 90s, or 80s, 90s, and 2000 stations. Yeah. In 20 years, where they have a station to listen to music from 2020 and up.
They might, if anybody wants to hear it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are they going to have that? I mean, because the music from 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and some 2000s are still very popular.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They're real popular. I mean, people are downloading them and
they were
buying
making the
their
argument
records.
not too long ago. I forget who was talking about it, but they were debating or trying to figure out why music from the 70s and 80s, app-wise, outsells all modern music.
Okay, that's when music was
Yeah,
good.
because it was still really good.
The lyrics made... I mean, of course, you had some songs where the lyrics didn't make sense. It was just like a goofy song.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it seems like all the lyrics don't make sense.
Like the Beatles Come Together, which is completely a nonsense song. I mean,
but it still sounds
Lennon
good.
even said so. He was like, it doesn't make any sense, but...
Yeah, but it sounds good. Nowadays, these people, they got songs and the words don't make sense, but it don't sound good.
Yeah, you look up the lyrics and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? But anyway,
But we're talking about restaurants and stuff.
About restaurants, about how so many of these modern restaurants, Steak and Shake, because we
used
had gone
to like Steak and Shake.
it was real simple. It's just us, because we're easy. You know, get a grilled cheese sandwich and some of their seasoned fries and a couple of shakes and just sit there and chat and hang out. And the last couple of times we went in there, it's a while ago.
Couple of times, last time.
Which was a while ago even at this point. There's nobody in there. There's no one in there. It's a kiosk and the register's gone. You pay at the kiosk and you get a number and then they call your number and you go pick it up at the table behind the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's no waitress, there's nothing.
No.
There's nobody there now. And the kiosk still asks you for a gratuity.
Yeah.
They want a tip. There's no one here. Who am I giving a tip to?
I don't know.
There's no waitress.
No.
I mean, what the hell?
Tipping the kiosk.
Yeah.
For taking my order.
You're taking my order.
Yeah.
So
you're going to get something from me.
It's not, because the whole feel of it was that the Steak and Shake still had sort of a diner-ish sort of a feel. Not if there's no staff. I mean, it's like 17 and then a plate gets dropped and you have to go find it.
Yeah.
That's not the same. Where's that nostalgia? Where's that hook to make you feel like, yeah, I want to go back there again? Because again, most of these restaurants, even the middle range restaurants that you could go to, like Chili's or whatever, the food's not that great.
No.
It really isn't. So it's not the food that would be bringing you back. It's the atmosphere more so than anything. Hey, let's go hang around at such and such because that'd be kind of cool. You know, and we don't have that vibe anymore. We don't have that vibe. And I know some people will point out that they're like this, there's a McDonald's near me that still kind of looks old-fashioned or whatever. Keep in mind, there's a difference between corporate McDonald's and a franchise.
Yeah.
You know, the franchise McDonald's, there's a handful of holdouts that haven't sold out yet. But, give it some time. Give it some time.
Yeah, they'll sell out.
And I just wonder, what's the appeal anymore? Well,
People just want something to eat real quick. And that it's convenient.
Pick up the food and leave.
Yeah,
and they don't even care.
Convenient.
But again, the food's not very good.
Yeah, but if you drive in and you just want to eat real quick, that's all any fast food is for. It's not that the food is good; is you want to eat
convenient,
real quick.
I know.
Yeah,
but at some of the modern prices for that stuff, though, you better just as well that you went to a regular restaurant for what they're charging for a lot of the stuff.
It's better that you pack a meal.
Yeah,
and put it in your lunch pail. And when you get hungry, just pull over on the side of the road and eat it.
You know what's still kind of fun? Hibachi.
Oh, now if they change up that hibachi grill, it's over. I love the hibachi. The guy come and whip up your meal and it's custom made.
Throws his knives around and sets the table on fire.
Yeah, and throw that egg up in his hat and all kinds of stuff. Now that's cool.
Yeah, he's putting on a little show.
Yeah.
But then there's your hook. The food's not bad. at the hibachi.
Food is usually good,
it's hard
depending on
it's
what
kind of
you
hard to
go
screw
to.
that up, quite frankly.
I think it's easy to screw up
You think
hibachi.
so?
Yeah, if that guy don't know what he's doing and you
Well, if
ask
he doesn't
for,
know what he's doing,
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, it's rice. I mean, it's wok cooking basically, but on a
Yeah.
flat surface. So you get that appeal.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, hey, let's go back to the hibachi. Let's see him do a little flame thing with the onions or whatever they do. They make the little onion volcano and they set it on fire.
and then the onions start popping across the table,
Yeah.
across to the fire thing.
Or he plays with the knives. Some of them are really good at it, you know. That appeal, there's a nostalgic appeal for that. You see what I mean? We had a good time there. Let's go again. But so many of these other places, it's just not there.
No.
It's just not there anymore.
No.
And like I said, that was triggered by the McDonald's, because the McDonald's was always one of the biggest ones growing up for us, you know. And I didn't have a McDonald's that was that close to me. Mine was more so Burger King.
Yeah, but still Burger King
Burger
the same
King's
way.
no better right now. It's no better right now. But I grew up with the Burger King down the street, and they had the Star Wars tie-in, and they used to bring the they had the Coca-Cola R2D2 that they would bring out every once in a while, and they do other events there. So it was kind of neat, but they don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Do they even still have the paper crowns anymore?
Yeah, because
Do they?
I've
I
been
don't
to
know.
one, and they had them lined up in the window.
Did they? Okay.
They had like 1 million of them in the window. I don't know if they
Because
give
that
it
was
out,
a big thing.
but I know some people was in there and they took them. But they do have it,
Yeah.
and it's always in the window. Like I said, I don't know if they give it out like they used to, but they had them in the window.
Yeah, that was a big thing in the meal prizes and, you know, the kind of stuff that they
And the
used to
little
do.
birthday thing. You
Birthday
sign
thing.
up for the birthday.
I wonder if they still
They
would
don't
you
do
even
no
want to
birthday.
do that at McDonald's anymore? Because they had that whole rigmarole, and they had the throne that they would bring out.
No, I mean you had the birthday club. You sign up. You fill out that
McDonald's
form.
had
The Burger King had
Yeah.
the birthday club.
Yeah, 'cause I
McDonald's
was in
had the
that.
birthday party.
Burger King, because you got the calendar, and the calendar had coupons at the bottom of every month that you could bring in for free stuff.
Yeah.
But the McDonald's, they give you the key that you wear around your neck that you could keep, and yeah, they did, and they had their own sheet cakes in the back that they kept frozen, and that was a big deal back then.
I think they still do that because it seemed like recently somebody had a YouTube video where their kid had a birthday at McDonald's
Did
or
they?
something. Seemed like it.
I don't know if they still do it,
I don't
because
know
it doesn't
either.
look like you would even want to go there and do that, because
You
it
don't
just
know
looks
what people want to do.
because it just looks so bland. It doesn't look fun.
To you, you know all of that stuff is perception.
Oh yeah, well,
Your perception of what fun is and
Perhaps.
what great is.
I don't know. Maybe some people's perception of fun is to sit in a subway with their McDonald's meal and wait for the train, because it looks like a subway terminal in there now.
Perception.
But again, in my opinion,
David's opinion.
yeah, that a lot of these restaurants, they're just losing the appeal.
I agree.
And again, their food wasn't that fantastic to begin with. So if you have mediocre food plus a mediocre environment
Yeah.
and higher prices, is it worth it? Is it worth it anymore? Because I don't care if I never, and that was that was a thing for us. Not a huge thing, but something we like to do from time to time.
Yeah.
Get a couple of the sweet teas and some fries and just sit down for a little bit, hang out. If I don't even care if I never go back now, because it's just so boring. It's just the environment is just so sterile. You know what I mean? You're laughing.
Because
You're laughing.
because that's you're talking about, oh, it's so boring. It's all about the company you keep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the environment. I'm not talking about the company. To be fair, we're never bored when we're together.
But I'm saying, if they played some better music, I think it'd be all right.
Did they even have any music playing? I don't think they did.
Not when we were there,
No,
but
I
they
don't
had
think so.
before, because they got the McDonald's radio. At least turn the TV on or something.
Yeah.
But
They didn't have a TV.
They didn't.
No.
But I honestly believe, and I truly believe this, they do that to keep people from sitting there all day. Because when you did have the music playing, when they did have the TV, people would just loiter.
Yeah.
They'd come in there. They didn't get anything to drink. Sometimes they might get some water. Sometimes they might eat. But then they sat there for like 4 or 5 hours. And they don't want you to do that. And it's like, what do you care? You're going to be here to the end of your shift anyway. What do you care if I come in here and sit down for 4 hours? I ain't bothering you. You know, as long as you're not causing a ruckus and the place is not packed and people can still sit down, what do you care? But I really believe that's
It could be.
a part of the reason. And they're trying to move with the times.
They think they're moving with the times, but they're not leaving anything behind for anybody to. There's nothing appealing.
It's called letting things go.
Oh, is it? Yeah, letting their customers go somewhere else.
It ain't nowhere else to go.
They can go to the hibachi. It costs about as much.
That's not quick and convenient food.
Oh, well, still.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah, something's wrong with me. That's okay, though. But now that we beat that down, I'll just throw it out there. Hey, guys, what do you think about that? I mean, do you get the same sense? Do you think I'm overthinking it?
Yes.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to be on my side.
Because people just want to go to McDonald's, get something real quick. You see the drive-thru always packed, though.
That's the point, though, is that's all it is to anybody now. It's just someplace to go grab something and leave.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hold
They don't even go in there because the drive-thru is always packed.
Yeah.
But nobody's inside.
Yeah.
I
Which
don't
is a
go to the
mistake.
drive-thru. I'm going to go in, I'm going to sit down.
It's a mistake.
If I like it or not, I'm sitting in there and I'm going to eat the food so I can get all the free refills I want and then leave.
Because they will screw your order up.
Yeah, at that drive-thru.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
They will. They
I
do
don't
it on
go through the
They do it
drive-thru.
on purpose.
I'm not going through there. I'm going inside. I'm going to get my food and I'm going to sit at the table and eat it.
And then they'll all stare at you.
Well.
They're going to make a mess. I just know it. And I'll have to go. I'll have to do something.
Yeah, because I'm only paid to just stand here and suck my teeth and make drinks.
That's why every time you do go in there, they don't have any lids.
Yeah, and then when you go ask for some ketchup, how many do you... I want a handful of ketchup. That's how much I want.
Yeah. Oh, my God. And then there's no lids and no straws and no napkins at the center. I say, hey, there's no large lids. Did you look underneath? Yeah, the cabinets are all empty.
It's not your job to look underneath.
I look underneath.
It ain't your job to look underneath.
That's where the overstock's supposed to go.
Yeah, but that ain't empty. For you to do. That's for them to do. You taking their job away.
They don't want to do the job. Oh my God. Anyways, guys,
you out of tea? We out of sweet tea in the dining room. That's what they yell out in the air, not at anybody.
And it's
just
that
in the air.
And it's the person who's yelling. It's actually their job, but they don't want to sit there and say, "Damn it, I forgot again." Oh snap! But
oh my God!
Or you get that one kid. It's like there's no tea. Oh, for reals?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me let them know in the back. Hey, Rachel, it's no more sweet tea in the dining room. What do I do?
Rachel ain't here. She didn't work today.
Like, well, you go make some tea and put it out in the dining room.
And then you go like this and you waft your way through the marijuana smell from the kid. Excuse me. We're out of sweet tea. Oh, for reals? Oh, snap.
Nobody says, oh, snap. You're like the only person on earth that says, oh, snap.
Oh, dang, for reals?
All right, hold on, then. You want some from the drive-thru?
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, I want some from the drive-thru. Here,
me-
fill up my cup and don't put no ice in it.
Let me go. And then they bring it back with ice.
Full of ice. Then you dump it out. Here, I want some refill with no ice.
That's your next discussion right there. Customer service. Pfft, it's just gone. But anyways, I'll toss it back again. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that it's... is there anything left? Is it getting really sterile for you too, where you're just like, I don't even care anymore? Or do you think I'm overthinking it? Or what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Feel free to share your opinion in the comment section down below. Get the conversation going. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. We hope you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the other content. You know the routine. And if that's it, then what more can we say but thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.